I guess we can do a quick, like, my thoughts really fast. Again, Call of Duty campaigns do not disappoint. Although I will admit this one felt way more like relaxed than typical Call of Duty campaigns. And I only mean that in like the gunplay. There was still, I guess I mean that kind of across the board. There was still like a lot of like, you know, big set piece moments and stuff. But like Call of Duty campaigns often have these like weird first person moments where you're getting thrown around. And like there were a couple, you know, snippets here and there, like the helicopter going down and jumping onto the embassy, the explosion in the cave where she caught you on that wood, plank of wood. But like overall, it kind of felt pretty chill. And I wasn't playing on the easiest difficulty. I was just a one below veteran. So I mean, it's not the hardest difficulty either, but I would say that was pretty good. That fucking I think the hardest part was playing as the child trying to kill the Russian soldiers. This game did not fucking pull any punches either. Good God. Like I actually really appreciate how they went and you know, they weren't afraid to, you know, show the darker stuff. The whole thing is they're trying to go for a more realistic entry, which I can totally understand and totally appreciate. Especially coming from, you know, the more recent Call of Duties where it's like super advanced warfare, people jump around with exosuits and all that crap. I like I actually really like the stealth missions, essentially. The ones where you're like going dark and stuff like that using night vision. The like storming that townhouse was really cool to me. Like it felt more like a Battlefield mission than Call of Duty to me. I really like those. Like I just really like those. I wish they would have been a little bit like fewer of them, but like more padded out when they did happen. I think I would have liked that more. I can see why they didn't though, because like the base Call of Duty player, oh, you're gonna like that. They just want to run and gun and shoot stuff, which is understandable. But personally, I really like those. Wish they would have kind of embellished on that a bit more. What else? What else we got? The acting was really well done. Like I said, I could watch a show if it was just like the cinematics of this. All the characters were really cool. Farah is an absolute fucking badass. I haven't played the campaign for the second one, but I don't think Alex is dead. And if I'm not mistaken, I know he's not, because the raid or whatever for Modern Warfare 2, I think you go in essentially looking for him, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't kind of follow the story of the raid too much because I was just kind of playing with my friends. But now that I have like a you know, a base knowledge of this, I'll definitely probably do a little bit more research before I start up the next campaign. I'll see what, like, you know, what all the little call outs and stuff, homages to the original series this was. I know for a fact that the people he was naming off there at the end in the 141, that's all homages to the original Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. Now, what I don't know is because I heard that this was a reboot, and again, my knowledge in the original 3 games is a little spotty because I played them without much like intake. It was just kind of like set pieces to get to the end for me. I want to know, like, because this feels like it is actually a distant sequel, more so than it is like a reboot. But then again, I don't know. I do like the seriousness. No, it was pretty fucking brutal. Like that Piccadilly mission for sure. That was basically this game's fucking No Russia or whatever it was. I think it was No Russian. But yeah, no, this was really well done. I feel like Call of Duty gets crapped on because of like the multiplayer and the player base is just meh, and then the stability for fucking Warzone is even worse. And ultimately, like, multiplayer is kind of boiled down to this weird kind of like gratatata and done. You know, you just like blast your gun a couple times and then you're dead and respawning, and it's just take a couple steps, rinse, repeat. Like the Warzone because it's a lot more, you know, tactical, a lot longer lasting. a bit more intuitive, more involved, all that kind of stuff. And you know, Call of Duty multiplayer is just the same thing, you know, same old thing. Go on the maps with little interactive stuff, and you know, that's about it. But the campaign, definitely awesome. I don't necessarily need to interact with every little piece of the environment. I thought it was really good. I should have taken a little more time to explore because we flew through this. I think maybe the campaign took me like roughly 5-6 hours, probably something like that, because we played for about 2 hours, around 2.5 3 hours yesterday, and then 2.5 today, so didn't take very long, that's for sure. But yeah, I can't wait to play the next one. I think they did a great job, and Call of Duty campaigns have always been really enjoyable in my opinion, even if the stories are a little bit out there. But highly encourage anybody else that has like been putting the campaign modes off, definitely go check it out. I wouldn't necessarily say go buy this game to play the campaign, although if there's a deep sale, absolutely. Like if you can get this game for like $20 or less, do it. Play it, enjoy it. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Warzone and all that stuff is still an active thing, but you obviously would have to play it on this. But yeah, credits are pretty long, but not too bad. Pretty much wrapped up my final thoughts, I guess, with that. It's good, it's enjoyable. And as I do this often with like my thoughts on stuff, you rarely see me hate on things too much. Well, spoilers, if I'm playing it all the way to completion, there's a good chance that I don't really hate it at all. And if I do hate a game, I'm probably not gonna play it all the way to completion. That said, there are definitely things about games that I don't like, and I will still continue to play them to completion. But for the most part, like, it takes a lot for me to seriously hate on a game. I really appreciate a lot about a lot of games, and I can come from different points of view, whereas like my personal favorite genre might not be the genre I'm playing. I can kind of take my own opinions out of it. Granted, I'll sprinkle them through, but I can like look at it for what it is. This was an amazing game. This is definitely AAA quality. The graphics were on point. Story, albeit I've heard it a million times with the, you know, typical shooter jargon. Oh, there's a bad guy. He's trying to do something. We gotta save the world, or at least part of it, and self-sacrifice, yada yada yada. Well, that said, I don't know. I really think this game is really good. Again, I would highly advocate playing it if it comes on a deep sale, or if you get the opportunity, or if it's just been sitting on your shelf and you never got around to playing the story. Give it a go. It's not very long, really enjoyable, not very hard, a little bit more subdued than all the other games in the series so far, and I don't know, it was just an enjoyable ride. Trying to get into the lore of Call of Duty. Didn't even realize that was a thing. Yeah, not too bad.